We both saw what's in the back of shop ruining the chair.
Go and sort
No,
it.
you sort it. It's your shit. I'm not doing it.
not doing it.
No, I'm not doing
I'm not
it.
doing
You
it.
do it.
It's all happening in tandem
Let
here.
me just, I've just got to text our daughters, 1 second. Mark, welcome everybody if
Welcome.
you're new to the channel.
Now, apologies for the late start. We both had work to do, but we've also constructed an entire schedule for a summer school. So do forgive us for not being on time today. If you haven't checked it out, check out last night's 6 o'clock wine. I've never done this before, but it flicked on my phone last night, Ned.
Yeah.
And it was fucking batshit crazy. Excuse my French.
Batshit.
Absolutely batshit crazy. It was fun. I was in hysterics at how ridiculous it was. Hi, first time here, Charlie Mason. Hi, Charlie Mason. We like first timers.
Hello, Charlie. Welcome. Can everyone welcome Charlie? He's a newbie.
Yeah, Leo Vibe Feeler. I missed it. Do check it out. It's timeless. It's what they call evergreen. It's
Morning,
appropriate
Lucy.
at any time. That's what evergreen means. Christy Porch Broyd. Beautiful name. I've seen that before.
Hello,
she's waving.
she's new. Welcome. Christy and Tori and Mezer El Pitki, Jay and Maria. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you're new, because then you will always be told when we're going live and what we're up to and what fun we're having and what you might be missing out on. Mark, move that off the chair. That's your stuff. I don't even know whose jacket that
We're not
is.
having another row. It's not my jacket. Whose jacket is it?
I don't know.
Seriously, whose jacket is it?
I don't know. Very strange. We've had a stranger in the house. Morning from Spain, says Julie Allen. Oh, send our love to Spain. How I'd love to be in Spain right now.
I mean, I'm having an affair with a chap called Barry. It could be his.
Yeah, okay.
It could be his.
I was, I'm really yearning to just be out
Hot
of
dog
this
crisps
country.
reevaluation. I did a run yesterday. And it was joyful. I haven't.
What's that got to do with Emma Staples' request for hot dog crisps?
Well, because I fancied a packet straight after I'd run.
Ah,
Yeah.
they are good. If you missed our live the other night, we spent a fair amount of time talking about crisps.
Yeah, when did we do that? I think it was at the weekend.
Couple of
Jenny
weeks.
Scam really enjoyed Wine O'Clock last night. It was batshit crazy, wasn't it? It was total insanity. And then, of course, you've got the vlog. Lots of weird, whacked out content. Another vlog is landing
Hello,
very
Millie
soon.
Tebbett. Millie Tebbett's new. Hello, Miss Cat Ash Trophy. Morning. All first timer. First timer here too. Love from Deal. Oh, I've got fond memories of Deal. We used to go there sometimes when we were kids. And welcome. Hello, Lisa Yaram. Karen Bennett. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, so you don't miss out. Now you're one of the gang.
Louisa Hackett. Mark, I've hurt my back. Seems like yours. Oh, of course, we did the osteopath chat last night, didn't we? Gabrielle, I'm so busy my head hurts. It was a bit like that here this morning, and we had a row.
And achieved nothing because we had a row instead of achieving something.
Oh, May Boo, can't stop crying today. I'm a miserable something today.
Oh, sweetie. Try and find the teeniest spark of joy. The teeniest.
Yeah.
I felt after our row, I was very weird and upset. And then I did my yoga lesson, I did breathing, and I just felt so much better. Sometimes you just have to let go of the stuff, don't you? And like my yoga teacher was saying, all the time we get caught up in the negativity, in the drama of the world and each other, and it's really hard. Sometimes it just takes over, and then you're so in it that you just continue being in it.
Michelle Main.
I find often going out for a walk helps me.
Oh, right. Michelle Main, sorry to jump back in, but I've noticed you mentioned the app that our emails come in on is the most unreliable app in the world. So it's on Outlook, an app. So can you send again to Michelle and she'll forward them? I'd like to see your photos of Coco and Gizmo.
Hello, Kit Stratford. Kit's asking us what was the play that we saw the other night. Well, unfortunately, it was only on for 3 nights, so we didn't really post much about it because we knew it was sold out.
It was...
And it was at the Southwark Playhouse, and it was called The Circle Game.
The Circle Game. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It was a young Oxford production. Come on, I mean, between us, we're
20 years
remembering
of marriage, I just remember something that you didn't the first time.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was as shocked as you. That was shocking.
And then it was really funny because as you went to say well done,
I wanted to
you then was
stop.
like, I better stop because that might sound patronising.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? You can easily sound
like a dick.
Yeah. All right. Fucking hell. We can have a row again in a minute.
Yes, just Emma, we have watched more of My Unorthodox Life, and you were right, we love it.
Yeah, we're really enjoying it. Yeah, they're an amazing family, aren't they? I mean, if I had one criticism, I am feeling the hand of the producers as they construct scenarios. So, for example, I don't know, I found the makeover of the girl.
I didn't like that
a
one.
bit weird.
I didn't like that
weird.
episode at all.
I like the narrative. I like the story though with her assistant. I thought that was intriguing.
I really, really, really want to know how she escaped. But anyway,
Yeah,
we're going off
I
too
think
much.
that's in her book.
This is something called My Unorthodox Life. It's a documentary about a woman that left an Orthodox Jewish cult and she escaped, and it's the story of her. It's the reality show. Emma Staple recommended it to us. Thanks
Thank you,
again, Emma, and we are loving it.
Can I just say, one of the things that popped up from last night, and something that I hear a lot in the comments and see a lot, is how, whether it be in marriage, you're reminded of your relationships, because ours isn't perfect, far from it. What I think resonated for a lot of people last night, I've seen a lot of comments. We don't have time to read all of the comments. Nadia doesn't like rewatching herself on the channel, so, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But when I see
I read the comments, though, but I just don't know
when I
what
see
you
the
say.
comments come through, I saw a lot of comments last night talking about the fact that they loved the fact that your time with Lisa reminded them of their best friend relationships. I thought that was a really nice thing.
Yeah, people often say that about me and Lisa. And the other thing is, what I've got really... JGM, we're going to be talking about that because it's a good point. And actually, Denise... I'm going to read something out from Denise Welsh, JGM, just something on the NHS.
Right.
Yeah, and what I love, I've had quite a few messages from younger people saying... and I get this about my friendship with Kay as well, saying... I really hope I have a friendship like that when I'm older. And that makes me so happy because, you know, young people tend to think old people's friendships, everything they think it's over, isn't it? Whether it be sex, whether it be fun, whether it be ever having a sense of freedom and good friendship. So I love that when they say that to me. That's a friendship I aspire to. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of just going into that story, who was it who mentioned it? Who's reporting it? LBC and Sky News were reporting this morning, and I think all the papers are wanting to suggest that the NHS is as overwhelmed now as it was at the peak of the pandemic.
That was something JG Jones was saying there, that she was talking to a doctor, and he said the COVID patient thing is very, very low. It is just...
No, they're not overwhelmed with COVID patients. That's not what the suggestion is. I think the suggestion is, or the fear is that the NHS is overwhelmed with the backlog of other cases that are coming through, coupled with what appears to be a diminishing COVID crisis. I mean, at the moment, there's a lot of headlines saying, are we past the peak? Have we got it in the rearview mirror? And so what do you think, guys? Do you think we are past the peak? I think it was Elijah's yesterday suggested something very, very, very important, which was it'd be interesting to know what impact people removing or deleting the app on their phone has had on the number of...
That was such a good
point. And it's a question that I think should be asked at the next press briefing. Elijah's apply to be able to ask the question, because I think it's a really good one. We've obviously had the spike, I think, of the Euros. And I think there's a lot of caution about reading too much into this diminishing sort of peak that we're in at the moment, because we are yet to see the results of the final unlocking of lockdown, if you know what I mean.
But they were doing... Oh, I wish I could have... They talk so fast, don't they, when they show you those graphs on Sky, and they were giving all the possible reasons. What was the big match before the big match? What was the other big one when all the Scots came down?
Well, it was England-Scotland.
But was that still UEFA? Sorry, I'm not a footballer.
Yeah, it was the Euro Championship.
So they were showing how there was the spike and then it dropped.
Yeah.
And then there was the spike and then it dropped. So we do know that these super spreading events have an effect. But I do think it's very important, the idea... Well, the other thing they said was, of course, kids aren't being tested now because they're not at school. So that's a 5%, that will be play a part, 5% drop, I think they were saying. But you know what? It's like we were saying the other day. At some point, you have to stop testing people that aren't ill. And when you think back to how much we laughed at Trump, who I cannot stand the very being of Trump, when he said, we got to stop testing. And of course, he said it at a ridiculous point. But I do wonder about how long we just keep on testing everybody.
Well,
Because it keeps the fear going.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know, I don't.
Well, I think it's like if we were to kind of publish the figures for how many people test positive for flu, it would get boring after a while, wouldn't it? Because it would just be constant big numbers. I mean, I do think we're at a point now where and this is a really important point. I think the news gathering companies, publications, are trying to inject and inflate positive tests into drama. They're trying to make the drama that because they don't have the drama of the deaths and they don't have the drama of the hospitalizations. Now, don't get me wrong, there are still people dying and there are still people getting very ill with this.
Morning,
and that's
Hazel.
a huge cause for concern. But I've noticed the press are only running at now the biggest. I mean, it's so simple. They're just running at the bigger number. What's the biggest number we can?
And I just think we are going to have to start living in the moment, taking whatever precautions feels good for ourselves. But if at the moment the numbers are really down, well, do you know what? Today I'm just going to feel a bit easier about COVID because everything is maybe, could be, should be, we don't know. So why run with all those stories that we don't actually know what's going to happen and cause ourselves anxiety?
I had a moment with John Campbell last night when you'd actually passed out. You were asleep.
Did I put John Campbell on?
Yeah, I think.
God, I must have fallen asleep instantly.
Now, John Campbell. Before I say this, I'm not saying this to worry us because John Campbell.
Just in case nobody knows who John Campbell is.
Well, explain who.
No,
is
you
he?
explain.
No, you explain.
Oh, I'm always explaining.
He's a nurse, a former nurse or an active nurse he's a nurse rather than a doctor or anything like that. But he's been in the. He's been in the nursing profession and medical profession for many years. He has a YouTube channel, John Campbell.
He's a medical researcher.
That's why I suggested you take.
And he is a lecturer.
You came across him. I don't know who he is.
He's incredible. He's got over 1 million viewers now.
But he's monitored the crisis all the way through with daily updates, and he does follow the data. He analyzes objective data, and he's quite reliable. But his point last night was interesting. He said that we're not quite at herd immunity as a country, and he said that apparently there are lots of epidemiologists who are saying that where we're at now, with the number of people who could still get the virus and the extent to which we've squeezed the virus out of the vast majority of people in the country, apparently, this is John Campbell's words, we're at the sweet spot, though it's not sweet, of when...
Hang on a minute.
Well,
sweet
exactly.
Spot that's not sweet. What is it then?
Well, exactly.
Salty.
Sour spot. At the sour spot.
It's sour-tastic?
It's sour-tastic, yeah. It's a Haribo. We're at the sour spot of where if coronavirus is going to mutate into something much more serious, now is the time for it to happen. Because it's at this point, as it's being squeezed out of potential kind of hosts and activity, that it could turn. And go to his I think it was last night's episode. There's sometimes you play the day before, so I don't know. But
no, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday. So go to his episode because John Campbell's point on it is he's an optimist, so he believes that we're going to be lucky and we're going to dodge the bullet and it's not going to happen.
Well, I don't think you should call him an optimist.
No, he says that. He said the actual words, I'm an optimist.
Did he?
Yes.
I've never heard him say that.
He said,
hang on a minute. He's mine.
He's not. He's mine now. He said it to me. He rang me and he said, I'm an No, he did. He said he's an optimist about this and he wants to see it as a cup half full.
Well,
whereas a lot of epidemiologists are not worried that it's going to happen, but what they are saying is, potentially, if we get through the next 3 to 4 weeks and the next surge and there's no nasty variant, we're looking in a really good place.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Because don't forget, the Spanish one, over 100 years ago, just suddenly died. Just suddenly went.
Yeah.
Just suddenly went.
Yeah. But it was after 3 years. But they didn't have vaccines like
They didn't
us.
have vaccines.
And they didn't have the entire
they didn't
medical
have
establishment.
medicine, yeah.
That was good, the synchronised coffee drinking there. That's almost... Synchronised coffee drinking brings us to the next subject.
But I don't want you to get the wrong idea about John and just think he's some brainless optimist. He always goes with the data.
Yeah.
And what you were saying there is, of course, epidemiologists, scientists, they have to give you the possibles, but it's that I'm getting pissed off with because it's that the media will always go with that side of it. Worst possible case scenario, because they feel...
He wasn't presenting it like that. I thought, what he was saying was, this is a factual situation. This isn't something to be massaged into fear. Isn't it interesting how the mainstream press never pick up on the stories? If they wanted to, they could actually turn that into a real, now's the moment for most attention and we need to be on high alert. He wasn't saying it in a sensationalist fashion. He was saying literally in the development and evolution, in the evolution of a virus And that's what he said. In the evolution of a virus, now is the sour sweet spot. Yeah. So,
Oh, I've got goosebumps.
Yeah,
You
it's
should
quite-
have told us you had good news at the beginning.
I don't know if that is good. It's just objective news. It's not good news. It's
Well,
just
it
objective
is.
news.
It's potentially good news.
Sarah-
See, I'm a true optimist.
Sarah, where are
Unfortunately,
you?
it does. Maza El Pitik J. Yes, bad
Fear,
news does
only
sell well.
fear sells news. Although I tell you what, it's not just fear. What the news gathering companies do is they sell fear, and then when they see the peak of that coming down,
people
they'll
get
sell
fed up.
they'll sell positive
And
for a
then
day
they
or
hit
two,
you
and
with
then they hit
another
you
one.
again with it.
Exactly.
They build you up to knock you down. Sarah Jane Melody 86. Do you think if there was another lockdown at Christmas that people would actually listen after how rubbish last year? I don't think they would. at all.
I personally,
You're looking too comfortable.
I
and laid
think
back
I
now.
just want to look for something that was really good on this.
Is that the way to do a live, Nat?
No, I'm just looking for something.
Hope you're all enjoying
I
this,
wanted
guys.
to read them something. Oh God, what were we saying? You're such a twat sometimes.
Fuck off. Just go and fuck off.
Back off.
Just fuck off.
No, that's enough. You've said it 3 times now. Stop it. Mark.
Look at me.
Mark, don't. If you say it again, I'm leaving.
Fuck you.
Mark, leave.
Thank God she's gone.
No. No.
You can't go with your phone. What are you going to
Well,
do?
Take my phone. Take my computer. Right.
Oh no, come back. We didn't mean it.
Apologise.
Apologise. I've apologised. I'm sorry. Lucy Gale, Nadia, gosh. You two are...
Terrible.
Oh, she said...
Mark. Stop it. Next
What?
one. Next story.
So anyway, we were talking about synchronised coffee drinking. Tom Daley.
Oh. Now, does anyone else remember the documentary from years
Yeah, I
ago
do.
with him and his dad?
Yeah.
It really made a mark on me, that, because, oh my God, it just breaks my heart that his dad didn't get to see all of
Oh,
this.
God, of course. Yes.
Oh my God, his dad loved him so much, and we had him on the show years ago, and then of course he got that brain tumour, and it was just
God,
heartbreaking.
that was heartbreaking. Yeah, no. you reminded me.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And the way that he dealt with it, Tom, at the same time, you know, he's a straight A-star student as well. GCSEs and A-levels. And do you remember at the time of that documentary, he was in a state school.
Yeah.
He was training, like, you know how these athletes train. He was getting A-stars. And out of that documentary, a private school offered him a scholarship. Do you remember
Wow.
that?
No, I don't remember that
Yeah,
part
and
of the
then
story.
he carried on, and this boy is a genius. He's
Yeah.
a genius. And then he came out. When he came out, his coming out story was so beautiful. And then he married, and now they have a 3-year-old boy.
Do they? I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
I was
adopted.
astonished to
Or
read
did
that
they
his...
adopt them, or did they?
I
have
didn't
a
realise that his
surrogate?
husband was the screenwriter Dustin Lance Black of Milk, which was the famous the film about Harvey Milk, who was running for mayor in San Francisco, I think.
Oh, I love that film.
And starred Sean Penn. Actually, he was remarkable.
brilliant
He was
in
really
it.
good. Yeah.
Does anyone know? Did they adopt him, or did they have him with a surrogate?
Had their first child, son of the weird thing is for me, isn't it weird? The Olympics came. I was sort of thinking, oh God, I'm not that interested. I saw Tom Daley's name, and for me, Tom Daley is someone who I relate to 10 years ago, 10 to 50, when he was really young.
Thank you.
But of course, 10 years ago, he's only 27 still.
Oh no,
So of
no! I mean,
course he's
this
still
boy,
an Olympiad.
He is an absolute genius. There is no two ways about that. Did you see the film of when
When they find
his
out.
husband and his mum went mad? I've met his mum as well. Such a
When he's
lovely
such a
family.
sweetie. He's such a sweetie.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so they won gold. Can I ask, are you at all interested in the Olympics?
I'm really not. I feel so divorced from it. I think
Why is that, do you think? What are you guys? Do you feel connected to the Olympics at all?
I just don't.
Why
I
do you
mean,
think?
I just think. I mean, I've never really. I mean, I'm not into sport, am I? I've never been into the Olympics, but I think even more so this year because I just can't believe it's gone ahead. To be honest, I mean, the poor Japanese, they did not want it to happen, did they?
And they've hit the highest rate of
Yeah.
positive tests today.
But then again, your heart breaks for these athletes that have worked so hard. But everybody's got a heartbreaking story of what couldn't happen because of the pandemic.
Oh,
So.
look, there's Nanny Di telling me off for telling you to F off.
Yeah, thank you, Nanny Di. It's your fault.
Shelley Riddler, yeah, another card went out. In fact, a whole load of cards should be landing on all your doorsteps. What day is it today? Tuesday.
What was
today.
the other gold? We won another medal yesterday.
We've won loads of medals in the swimming pool, I think. But I can't find them quickly. Olympic schedule. I can't.
Yeah,
find
no, I think that was just a real cause for celebration. He's worked his arse off. He's got bronze twice before, of course.
Yeah. So the US are winning with 22. Great
He
Britain
made
have
a
got
statement
4
yesterday.
golds.
I'm proud to call myself an Olympic medalist, a gay man, and a father.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
made me emotional. I want to cry.
But the vast majority of you aren't connected. We won mountain biking gold. That's curious. Isn't it? We had a 13-year-old girl competing in the skateboarding competition.
Did we? Oh, I'd like to have watched the skateboard.
Apparently a 13-year-old won. I don't think it was the British girl that won, but another very young. I didn't know you could compete.
Well,
in the
I think
Olympics at that age.
you have to be so young, don't you, for skateboarding? Because it's so bloody dangerous. You have to be that fearless, that fearless youth.
Skateboarding was awesome. She goes tomorrow. Who, the skateboarder? I have to. I think we got. I remember we were really excited when they were in the UK. Do you remember the Olympics here? I remember you would be watching the cycling, and I'd be coming back from work, and you'd be like, "Oh my God, we're about to win!" And we were all watching.
Who would be?
We were all in the lounge, absolutely living through us.
Me?
You were so hooked into the cycling. You were running around.
Mark, shut up.
It's true.
Me hooked into the cycling.
Do you not remember that year when everyone was excited about the Olympics? You were literally yelping with excitement.
Jesus Christ, can't
Do you not remember that? Oh
Is
my
that the
God.
one when it was Victoria Pendleton?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you were really excited. You remember enjoying it? Is that a reluctant admission that you were?
I think I was lying. I must have felt pressure on
I
to
wasn't
enjoy
excited.
It. No, I do like that one where they go around really fast and it looks like they were going to smash into each other.
Oh, what, in the velodrome? That's crazy.
That's like Crystal Palace Park.
What I love
Dulwich Park they teach.
Yeah, but in the
teach like
velodrome,
a
don't you find it
velodrome.
really odd? Because they do that bit, don't they? Look, pretend you're a cyclist.
They go.
No, they go.
Yeah, that was it. That's what we
And
were
then
like.
they go,
Oh!
it's like, freaking hell. Japan is not a party nation somehow. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
party.
Party. Apparently all sorts of shit goes on in the Olympic Village. Did you know that?
Oh, I bet.
They're all up to all sorts.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are comparing weightlifting. Some of them are doing the
Yeah,
pole
we
jump.
did. Actually,
pole-
now I'm
pole
thinking
vault.
about it, we did get behind it when it was
Yeah.
London. We did.
What's your favourite field and track and field event?
Oh,
I used to
Mark.
love the javelin.
I quite like the high jump.
I bet you were good at the shot put.
I was good at very good at long jump.
Were you? What, hop skip? Were
Yeah.
you good at the hop skip and a
I used
jump?
to go really far because I always believed I could fly. I believe I can fly.
Only you.
I can
So what you're
be
saying is you were good at the
electricity.
long jump because you were basically an
Because
optimist.
I would go, and I would just keep kicking my legs until I got to the other end.
Show us again. You would go what? Oh. I used to do the 100 metres whenever we did that.
I'm not answering. I was good at swimming and running. I was never very good. I mean, I love swimming. I love being in a pool, but I just couldn't get the front crawl. It just never made sense to me. I was always breathing in when I should have been breathing out. You don't really like the front crawl either, do you?
No, I like a breaststroke.
I don't like the front crawl.
Did anyone else used to watch the javelin and hope? Well, it's a terrible thing to say, but
that
hope
Tim?
hope the
Is that
javelin. Yeah, it
Tim
was. Yeah,
says-
and hope the javelin actually. You'd always be watching it, thinking, "Wonder if the javelin will hit the guy who's measuring how far they've thrown it." Did you ever think that?
No.
I was always hoping.
I did always wonder whether the shot putter's arm would come out. Because they spun round.
But do you remember how they would do it? Oh look, we can.
Don't pick up that cabbage.
So do you
Don't
remember-
throw that because we need it.
So do you remember? It would be like
Yeah.
they would do it like they were. Right, toffs. Calm
Tommy
down.
thinks she's going to be
And they would be
throwing
like,
over. Yeah.
and I remember.
Oh. How silly! Have you done your shoulder again?
No, but it twinged.
Mark.
But our sports teacher would say you have to push. You have to push.
We never did anything like that.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask Nads, we do need Lisa's time lapse to see if it worked, of the thing going up in Brighton. Can you get her to send it? It was a funny moment in the vlog.
Oh God, that bloody time lapse. She was sat for ages.
No, I know,
she
but
gave up at the end.
we all want to see it. Sam JP, I hate sport, but ended up with loads of certificates at school for shot put because the teacher used to get names modelled up. I ended up being good at rugby because I said I didn't want to play it, and my sports teacher made an example of me. I hated. You didn't hear a word I said.
I used to hate
You're
rugby,
looking at me.
and I told my sports teacher, and then he made an example of me. I can even give you
like
the
that?
intonation. No, because I've had coffee. You know what happens to me straight after coffee?
Do you need to go to the loo?
No, God, no.
She's got a
That's
tortoise
not what
head.
happens. Mark! I suddenly get total exhaustion.
From coffee?
Yeah, always.
Tell them what happens when you walk into a bookshop.
No.
What happens if you walk into a bookshop with a coffee?
Mark, stop.
You fall asleep and shit yourself.
Mark!
Morning,
God.
Claire Smiley. I hope you're well. Derry Shaw, made me laugh all the medication that you took. You were only there for a couple of days.
I know. I spoke to Lisa this morning. I said, listen, the next time we go away, we are not taking any medication. We're just going to take the risk.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice. My worst... It's quite a nice nostalgia, isn't it? Sports at school. My worst memory of school was being dragged out in the freezing cold doing sports.
Oh,
It was
awful.
shit.
Leanne Turner, I agree. I think they're sadists, a lot of these
Yeah.
PE teachers.
Nicole...
I know there's a sweeping statement and there's plenty of lovely PE teachers, but I'm just saying, most of the ones I met weren't.
Yeah, well, my swimming teacher was a total sadist. He used to just throw us in.
Yeah,
and if you said you couldn't swim, he'd say, learn. I was like, hang on, you're teaching us.
Nicole Marcella was
Marcella.
badminton. We never did badminton because I
love
never went
badminton.
to a school with badminton court.
I love a shuttlecock. Do you?
No. Welcome to our channel. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you are new. Hey, listen. 700 of you watching, only 145 of you hit the like button underneath. Does that mean you don't like us?
I saw that Sarah Jane Melody. Did you see that Fred Siri, whatever you pronounce his name, from First Dates, his daughter was in the Olympics for swimming.
Oh.
She's an Olympic swimmer.
Oh, I love
Isn't that
Fred.
cool? I used to hate Pete. Henrietta Henson, I loved hockey in the snow. You loved it.
I was good at hockey.
Were you?
Yeah.
Did you ever
I was
play?
good at hockey and netball.
Did you ever
But
play lacrosse?
I just didn't have that, like... I'm not competitive.
Oh,
I
look,
just couldn't be bothered to
Leanne
win.
Turner's gone to the dark side.
Why?
I watched Sirius Fall Below Deck last night.
It's
I'm
so good. Lee, my PE teacher used to whip us with his towel. Just moved it up, I can't read it.
Sorry, Lee.
He used to whip us with his towels as we would get into the showers. Very creepy. Although sometimes we
What?
used to go round
Lee.
twice.
Lee. Oh, Lee, what did you think of...
Lee.
Did you see the photo I posted on my Insta stories last night? So Madonna
Yes.
was hosting... Hang on, but
Very odd.
I didn't really give it any context. That
No,
was-
you didn't. It was very
No.
unusual for you. I
Yeah.
thought, what the fuck
No,
is
as
it?
I posted it, I thought, I wish I'd explained. This was at a kid's barbecue.
No.
At a kid's barbecue, she saw fit to launch herself onto a plastic...
Go and look at the picture.
Go and
It's
look
on
at
the
Insta
Popcorn
story.
Junkies.
No, it's on mine.
On
Mark
Mark's
__
Insta.
Adderley. But she threw herself on a pink flamingo, inflatable pink flamingo, with her legs akimbo.
What did you think of it, Lee? Did you see it? She looked great.
Yeah,
I
but
bet
I
she
don't
had
think-
someone
I don't
on
think
a
it's
ladder.
entirely appropriate.
She had someone on
She
a
did.
ladder
She had
taking
someone
that
above her.
photo. Breaking news.
Yeah, no, it's a very serious story, though. They picked me for netball. Did you play netball?
Yeah.
Why did I get so high pitched? I used to love
Don't
watching the
forget,
girls
I went
play
to
netball.
stage school. So when I first went to secondary school, I went to a private girls' school, but it was like St Trinian's.
Right.
And
Well done,
I didn't
Charlotte
really
Rickman.
learn anything. But I was good at netball, good at hockey, because all private schools are very sporty, aren't they? But then at 14, I went to stage school where there was no playground, no sports at all. So I
Right.
never did sports again.
So you just danced.
I danced.
You danced your tits off. My rounders teacher threw the rounders ball to tell me to stop talking, and it knocked me out. He was so scared. I woke with him trying to push the bump down on my head. Hang on, sorry,
You
it's
can
just
imagine
flown
the
up.
Panic. Oh, Lee, I bet you love that
Tamara
story.
Day, that's hysterical.
Tamara
Imagine
Day.
trying to.
God, can you imagine how scared he must have
Can
been?
you imagine? I'm just imagining his face
That's
of
such
panic.
a funny story.
That Tamara Day, that's so funny.
What I used to hate was we used to have our hockey field
Oh my God.
was a 20. Right, so we went to school in Streatham Hill, Mark,
Sorry, I've just read
and
the
we had
comment
to
and I
walk.
can't not read it.
Go on then.
No, go on. I'll
No,
read
do
it
it.
in a minute. My swimming teacher used to get a hard on when us girls went in the pool. I'm not laughing because it's awful. And we all used to take the mick. I just can't believe it.
Used to take the mickey.
I can't believe it.
Oh
That's
my God. Why did he
awful,
have
Louise
swimming
Jones.
trunks on? He should have had a tracksuit.
Oh, well, we don't know if he had swimming trunks on.
Well, she's seen his hard on.
All right. That's awful. Sorry, what were you saying?
Jesus Christ, but it's funny, isn't it? You see, at that age, you're laughing at it, not really understanding the innocence of it, that you're laughing at him because he's incapable. No, but we used to have to walk a long old way, all the way up Liam Court Road Hill, from Streatham Hill for our hockey. And we used to have to wear the hockey skirts that were like that. You can imagine.
Jesus.
All the way up that hill with a hockey stick. I mean, it was like, why would you make girls walk like that?
Yeah, it's outrageous.
It was constant by just moronic men.
You saw that story about the Norwegian handball team,
Yeah, it's
didn't you?
disgusting. Did you see? No.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah. Did you ever do cross country?
Yes, hated it.
Why did they make it cross country? It was so awful.
Nobody likes it. What's the point?
They'd
of
always
it?
point at
And
a
when
giant
people
field
say,
and go
"Oh,
run
it
round
makes
it
you
5 times.
stronger," I don't think it does. It breaks you.
Sarah Markey having showers after PE, unless you were leave,
Awful. Hated
was
it.
the worst thing.
Unless
I
you were
agree.
leave.
Yeah, I agree.
Hated it.
Well, there we go, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, we have loved spending
that's
time
great
with
fun.
you. So I hope you spend a with mine.
You can follow us on Instagram for more hijinks and stupidity. Mark_Adderley and Nadia Sawalha off the telly.
And if you, if this is your first time here, have a look at our vlogs, our reality shows. They're great fun. Gardening shows, mental health films, cooking. There's loads on here. You can spend the rest of the day with us if you fancy.
PE teachers in the 80s were creepy. Ali
They
Watts.
were.
That's their last statement on the matter. It was an odd time. It was an odd time.
Oh, look, in Tom Daly's vlog, he does a tour of the Olympic Village, which is interesting to see how it all works. He says there are bowls of condoms around. I'm going to go and watch that.
Very high sex drive there in the Olympic Village.